Hey guys, this is Metroid Dread for the Nintendo Switch. So close up of the box there, Metroid Dread. Now this is a terrific game for a few different reasons. Now the game itself, when I first started, it seemed like, okay, now they're doing, they've been doing 3D Metroid games for a while now. Now they're going back to 2D, and it seemed like, almost seemed gimmicky. They had some pretty good graphics at the beginning, but I felt like there wasn't, I don't know, it just wasn't doing it for me at the very beginning. It looked cool, but it was like, how good can this game be in terms of gameplay? Is it really going to live up to, the current 3D, Metroids like Metroid Prime and stuff, or even the older Metroids? I wasn't sure, but it turns out it does. And actually what this reminds me a lot of is the original Metroid from the NES, and I still have to go through through Super Metroid, but I imagine this would be very similar to that. Similar side-scrolling gameplay, and just the feel of it, exploration, getting power-ups and upgrades and stuff like that. It felt very similar to that. It brought back a lot of memories, even though the graphics are modern and very beautiful looking. It's a 2D side scroller, like it's 3D, but you're playing in a, it's a 2D side scroller, right? But it has depth. It looks 3D. So anyways, it's one of those types of games, and it very much reminded me of the gameplay style of one of these older Metroids. Very nostalgic, very terrific in that sense, but it was also, it was difficult and it was intense. So relatively early on in the game, you come to these areas where there are these robots that basically you can't kill them unless you get a certain power-up. You have to get to a certain place where you can get this special power-up that is temporary, and it lasts only until you kill the robot. And even then you have to go through this, you have to do it just right, time things just right, and shoot them just right to actually kill the robot. Basically, you spend anytime you wander into this section of the game where these robots are patrolling, they're basically going to chase you as fast as they can, and you have to run as fast as you can because you can't defend you can barely defend yourself. They're basically invincible, and they're going to kill you almost instantly if they catch you. So you're just like running for your life, and it's really intense. Now, a lot of the game, you're just slowly, moving through the level, shooting enemies, collecting item power-ups and stuff, and exploring. But once you get into one of these sections, it then gets really intense. A lot more intense than I remember any of the original Metroid games being. So there's that. And then once you finally get to the place where you start playing against bosses in the game, they tend to be difficult. Good chance you're going to get killed right away unless you're just really good. I was killed multiple times over and over. You just get killed over and over and over, kind of like a Dark Souls game. The bosses, even though the non-boss sections of the game, not that hard. There are some intense parts with the robots, but there are, besides, it's relatively relaxing game, fun to play through, but once you get to the bosses, it's difficult. You get killed over and over. That kind of thing frustrates you. You're going to run into that in this game. I thought it was fun. Just keep playing, keep getting killed over and over until you figure out the patterns, figure out how to dodge. You have to defend. You have to avoid getting hit first, and then you can focus on trying to figure out their weak points and dealing some damage. And as they keep giving you, every time you get killed, they'll give you a tip. One of the tips is every attack can be avoided. Just pay attention to what the enemy is doing, pay attention to their movements, and learn to predict what they're going to do. So a lot of boss battles like this, and there are a bunch of boss battles in this game. They're larger bosses and less distinct common bosses that you're like, what, another boss battle again? And once you get further into the game, it seems like you're, boss battle, then you go to the next section, all of a sudden another boss battle already. A lot of times you'll go into where there's a boss, doors close on both sides, and you're like, oh, this is another boss battle scene. So you have a lot of minor bosses and a few really interesting major bosses. And once you get good at it and you're good at defeating the bosses, it's a lot of fun. So I enjoyed it. A lot of fun game. Ended up beating the game. Did not go through and rebeat it on the harder mode. Once you beat the game, it unlocks a hard mode that you can play through. I have not done that yet. I went through it at regular difficulty. It was a lot of fun. I definitely recommend this game. Metroid Dread for if you want a 2D side scroller Metroid, this is great. Has a lot of story to it and stuff like that. They give you like some background on it, stuff that kind of stuff. It's great. It's not like it's a departure from like the 3D Metroids that they've come out on the previous platforms and stuff. So anyways, great game. Highly recommend it. You should get it too for the Nintendo Switch. So yeah, that's it for this game. Do a lot of other gaming stuff, console games, PC games, mobile games, retro gaming, modern gaming, all that stuff. If you want that in your YouTube feed, remember to hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon so you actually get an update when we come out with new videos so you don't miss out. Give me a thumbs up and leave a comment down below if you've tried this. Did you find it difficult? Was this a challenge for you? Have you tried this game? Leave a comment down below. Have you tried the other Metroid games? What did you think of them? We want to hear what you think, so definitely leave a comment down below. And that's about it for today. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys on that next video.